What's going on, guys? Welcome back to ClayCoins. I believe competence creates confidence. This is not financial advice. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe button so I don't have to ask twice if you want to be nice. Today, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. A lot of people are taking their Bitcoin off of exchanges. Is that good? Is it bad? Bullish, bearish? We'll talk about it today. Also, we're going to look at Marshall Rogan Inu. I always end up calling it because I think MRI in my head. Then I don't want to say MRI because I don't want to confuse any... I don't know. I don't want to confuse one of the many doctors, of course, that watch my channel because I'd like to think all of my viewers are true scholars. No, but you guys are true supporters. I'll give a shout out to y'all right now, and my truest support is Dustin. You guys are always awesome. I hope everyone had a fantastic 4th of July weekend, and we're going to get right into the video right now, looking at some updates and checking out this article. Before we do, guys, Webull just emailed me. I forgot about this. I wanted to make sure I brought this up real quick. They are extending that offer to where you can get up to $12,600 for depositing just a penny. Yeah, they extended that all the way till July 31st. So from now all the way until the end of the month, if you start up a new account, do the email and ID verification, deposit a penny, you can get up to $12,600 in free stocks. Then you can do whatever you want with it. Most people get between $30 and $300, which is still a ridiculous ROI. I mean, if you can put a penny into something and get back 30 guaranteed and get upwards of 300 on average, upwards of 12,600 if you got that luck. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, guys. Also, it supports the channel a bunch, lets me know that, you know, I'm bringing you guys some good content, lets Webull know that this channel is successful and growing, so thank you guys. Alright, guys, first things first, we are looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, it's the big dog. It literally leads the entire crypto market. At any given time, it's about 40% of the market cap of all of the crypto in the world put together. Of all 20,000 different cryptocurrencies, just one makes up the value of almost half the market. And with Ethereum, it's generally like 60% of the market. We'll see when we go over to CoinMarketCap here if we do in this video, but it always displays it up in the top. It shows the dominance. That's the percentage of market cap of the entirety of the crypto market juxtaposed to just Bitcoin, just Ethereum, or a combination of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So there's a reason one's gold and one's silver, you know what I mean? It's they lead the way, hands down. So as you can see here, I have some pretty colors just to make the depression of this negative drop a little bit better on my eyes. So we will zoom into where we are at right now because as you can see, we have stair-stepped down. Obviously, anyone who's a fan of this channel has been into crypto for a little bit now. It's no surprise over the course of this entire year we have been hurting. So we're gonna look at what we're dealing with Bitcoin right now because we've had a couple positive days. We're used to seeing entire weeks where we're dropping like, you know, a few $1,000s and staying negative. Today, yesterday, and the day before, it's looking like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of July. Obviously, the day is not over yet at the time of this recording. However, if we can post 3 straight green days, that's a great sign, especially since we just did in June too. However, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Number one, there's a lot of battling. You can see where this wick, I mean, it's almost funny looking. It looks like a T, or a cross, the way this wick is. But there's a lot of buying pressure up and some selling pressure compressing it and keeping it down. But the last time we had 3 straight green days, everyone was all happy, and then we had 5, 6, 7 straight. We had an entire straight week of red. So during those 3 green days, we gained, if you want to count best case scenario, let's say you bought at the bottom of this green and you sold at the top of this green, you could have made 8% in 3 days, and it then dropped from the top of the wick, worst case scenario, to the bottom. You could say the bottom of this wick, which would be 14%, but we'll go a little bit conservative and go over here, which is 13.24%. So you gain, you know, take 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's the way the crypto market has been since just about December. That's why I wanted to talk about Bitcoin. Obviously, the big dogs are, you know, rather boring, but this is the thing is nowadays you don't have to trade the greasiest, dirtiest microcap coins to try to get good gains. You can trade big top 100, top 200 coins and get crazy gains. you can get monumental gains with those coins. You can trade top 25 coins right now and get 10x gains depending on what you buy for and when you sell, and how long this bear market eventually lasts, because it's it's up for debate. J-Pow and the Fed is just going to keep teasing different hikes in interest rates to test the market, see how we're going to do, see how we're going to react, see how the market prices it in, and I'd imagine they have some manipulation tactics on their hand to be able to play, allegedly, supposedly, but Nancy Pelosi is shooting like Steph Curry on call options, so once that stops, we'll take a look at it. But I wanted to give you guys an estimate because I do not think this is sustainable. I do think from the length of how long we've been in this little channel, as you can see, we have stair-stepped down quite consistently over the past couple months. This has been since April when we dropped down in here. We spent about almost a month in this channel, dropped down again into May, spent about a month in here into June, dropped down, and now that we're in July, I do think we will test around the I don't want to say 10,000, I would say 11 to 12,000 dollar. I definitely think we're 100% going to test the 17,000 resistance right here. I don't think that's a question right now. We've had a couple flash tests over the past few couple weeks, and I definitely think it's only a matter of time until 17,000 gets tested and inevitably broken. Obviously pessimistic and not pessimistic, but bearish sentiment news definitely doesn't always do the best for views. However, it's the truth. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to tell you that Bitcoin's going to 100K by the end of July. I could. It might get a bunch of views, but it would be absolute BS, and I'm not going to do that. The reason I made this channel is to give you guys the real and honest information and give you guys the confidence so you would have the confidence in making your own decisions in the stock market, because this is so many different things that we're not taught, and I just kind of fell in love more with talking about the crypto, the micro caps, and here we are now. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fundamental stock market knowledge with the cryptocurrencies and the nuances of everything with blockchain technology. So that's what I'm here for, guys. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you Jasmy's going to $5, Shiba Inu to a penny, any of that. However, one coin that will be going to a penny here soon and then should be pushing to a penny and a half is Marshall Inu. The fighting for fighters, arguably my favorite cryptocurrency in the world right now. Here we are over on PooCoin. I hate the name of the application, however, I do really enjoy using it, and it looks like since the time of this recording when I started, it was at 009, it was at 9 hundredths of a penny, and we were right there. Now we're at a penny, so we did it, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below where you're at and how hot it is outside, because I am in Maine. Well, I'm up in the Northeast, and it is blazing. I mean, I am like legitimately sweating. In between takes, I'm like wiping my, it's crazy. We usually we're the most, I live in the easternmost city in the United States. Let me put it that way. Literally, that's our title. I'm not going to say where exactly, but if you guys want, you can look it up. But I live in the easternmost city in the United States. So for us to be this freaking hot out right now, it hurts. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we're looking at Marshall Inu over on PooCoin on the 4-hour candles. And as you can see, since the end of May, start of June, Marshall Inu has been in a consistently mappable downward channel. This is something that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention because as of pretty much the life of the crypto, especially during this crash, this is the lowest we've ever seen, was this flash test 2 days from June 13th to June 14th. We had this flash testing of the 007, we'll call it, support line. As you can see in red right here, it's 00722. That support line right there is the lowest we've ever been for MRI. MRI has consistently tried to come up, make stretches, as you can see, and it's barely even a test on this descending channel, to be completely honest. You could bring this down a little bit, and you could do all the technicals and astrology for men you wanted, and then come to your own conclusion. However, what I will tell you right now is we are finally testing it. However, we need to break it, and if we don't, we're heading back down for all-time lows again. And if we do hit all-time lows, I'm telling you guys, it will bounce, absolutely. This is a project that simply launched at the worst time, but has one of the best fundamental utilities of any project I've ever seen. The team behind them is great. They're always doing Twitter Spaces. They're always involved with the community. Follow them on Twitter at Marshall Inu. I mean, they are constantly up to date, transparent. They try to involve their community with anything and everything they're doing, and it's just a great community to be a part of. Fighting for Fighters is the hashtag that they use a lot, just because that's what they do. They donate to UFC fighters nonstop, who, as we know, if you follow sports at all, since ESPN got the deal with UFC, and there's been a little bit more mainstream coverage, but if some of you don't know, UFC fighters, one of the most mainstream media bashes, I guess, against the UFC has been that the combat artists don't get paid enough money. There's no really way to sugarcoat it. There's a lot of hoops they have to jump through, especially in the beginning of their career, and then a lot of different things, even post at the end of their career, when, CTE and different concussion-related injuries, through giving a decade of your life to fighting for, fighting for the world and fighting for glory for the UFC to bring money in, and then you retire and you're George St. Pierre, and he thinks he's being abducted by aliens because he said he'll sit in a chair and he'll miss hours go by, and Joe Rogan's like, bro, that's CTE, this is bad. So, and I just saw a video the other day of the UFC kind of trying to scrub that clip a little bit from the internet in ways that they can without it being noticeable, and that worries me, just because of the entire idea of the NFL and CTE and all the concussion related brain injuries, the long-term effects on them, and then especially when fighters are coming in and maximizing, peaking out in 28 to 32 years old, maybe even upwards of 34, and then after that, Glover Teixeira was someone who's like fighting father time, and he was like 42 years old as a UFC champion. He still is going to live like another 30 years, God willing. So the fact that he's going to have to figure out something to do, you know what I mean, especially with any potential, obviously, hypothetically, allegedly, supposedly, as Keenan Grace says, ain't nobody trying to get sued, but there's just a lot of things going on, and MRI works to help that. They help to pay fighters, pay for treatments, for camps, for anything like that. I'm sure I've ranted a little bit about the UFC and that whole thing, but you guys watch this channel for a reason, so MRI, I would just watch it, guys, because I do think if we break this, we're definitely either going to push through this little resistance right here that held up, as you can see. Looking at this line right here, it was tested multiple times in a momentary flash throughout the 20s in June, from the 23rd just to about the 27th. We tried to come up here, so if we do break this descending little triangle, we should run up to about the 1.5 cent, about 1.4. We should run to there, test it, and then you never know. I mean, you could absolutely see a rocket upwards of the 2 cent, but I would say that would take a lot with the state of Bitcoin and Ethereum right now for it to get up that much. But I mean, just looking at, from here to here, guys, you're talking about 40%. If it went up to 2 cents, you're talking about over 100% gain, and that's not coming close to where it was, even at the beginning of this dissension. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on MRI. I wanted to get it out last week. Had a lot going on. I had my boys, a bunch of family came down and was staying here this year, so usually we'll go to a camp or something like that, but everyone came here, so it's just, if anyone knows with a family, it's you could only imagine trying to record a YouTube video ranting about the UFC and concussions while you have a bunch of littles running around screaming Happy 4th of July. So it just, it doesn't work like that, but I hope everyone had a great time. I hope everyone had a great time and enjoyed the time they could have. If you had to work, you're one of the people that's keeping this country running. Don't feel bad if you have to work on the 4th of July or, any holiday like that and there's nothing you can do about it. Take that with pride, because without those people, there's so many things that we wouldn't have on those holidays. If you've ever been in a position where you've had to run to the gas station for something on Christmas or, a certain store on Thanksgiving, or go grab something on 4th of July if you're out of charcoal or want to get some sparklers, if no one's there, you know what I mean? Obviously, everyone can enjoy the 4th, but at the same time, can you if you can't get the things you need, you know what I mean? It just helps, So definitely, and when you see someone working a holiday, just give them extra, tip on the hat or something like that. This is an article from Bitcoinist.com, and it is Bitcoin saw the largest ever monthly withdrawal from exchanges in June. So this is data showing the inflow and outflow of Bitcoin on centralized exchanges. So as per the latest study report from Glassnode, Bitcoin observed in June the largest ever monthly outflow from exchanges. The exchange net position change is the indicator, the unit of measurement, whatever you want to call it, that they are using to measure the net amount of Bitcoin entering or exiting all wallets on centralized exchanges, i.e. Binance US, Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, Webull, any Robinhood, I guess, has crypto. I don't know if they're using Webull and Robinhood because they're fintech and kind of hybrid, but it's the centralized exchanges. It's the easy of access, the ones you can download right on your phone and buy crypto. The metrics value is simply calculated by subtracting the total outflows from the total inflows, obviously. So when the value of the indicator is positive, it means that there are more inflows. So you might think that such a trend may be bearish for the price of Bitcoin, as investors usually deposit their coins to exchanges for selling purposes. And it would be different because you would think if more people are putting their Bitcoin into something, you would think that's bullish. However, they're putting it into the exchanges generally to get rid of it. So when you have a lot of inflow, it can actually be a bearish trend that can indicate a bunch of selling soon because people are getting the Bitcoin off their ledgers, off decentralized exchanges on their MetaMask or whatever, bridging it over, moving it over to sell for fiat currency in the times of great big bear markets, recessions, different things like that, where Bitcoin might not be as good of a store of value long term as other investments currently. And momentarily, not long term, I want to rescind that. However, transitorily, I guess you could say, shout out the US government. On the other hand, a negative value of the indicator implies a net amount of coins is exiting the exchange wallets right now, which is good because that means that people are buying their Bitcoin on exchanges, taking it off and putting it somewhere for accumulation for, I think they say right down here, right here. This kind of trend, when prolonged, can prove to be bullish for the crypto's value, as it is a sign of accumulation for investors. More people are stockpiling Bitcoin. If everyone, even though Bitcoin's price is going down, that just means how much people are willing to pay for it at the moment, based on how much everything else costs in life. You know what I mean? It's not just Bitcoin doesn't exist in a vacuum. There's so many other things in life that people need to buy besides cryptocurrency. So when you have that option, and people repetitively choose to continue to buy it, even though the price is going down, it's a very bullish sentiment. Very long term, 5, 10, 15 years long term, Bitcoin is looking great right now because people are loading up on it. And with 151,000 Bitcoin, not $151,000 worth of Bitcoin, 151,000 Bitcoin in the monthly position, that is absolutely extraordinary. Let's look at the current price of Bitcoin. Okay, Google. How are you today?
I hope you're having a great day.
Thank you. So, what is 151,000 times 20,100?
151,000 times 20,100 is 3,035,100,000.
$3,035,100,000 in Bitcoin has been exited from exchanges in just the month of June. That is an unprecedented amount. So when you look at it right here, 150,000 was put onto exchanges during the Great Miner Migration in May of 2021. 73,000 was put on to get rid of in the massive moment of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in Luna's collapse. Right here you can see, as of currently, in June, we experienced the largest outflow on record for Bitcoin ever. In my opinion, this is a sign of what they have said historically, which is accumulation. People are betting big, buying the dip. Literally, they're buying low so that at some point down the road they can sell high. People haven't had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at below 20,000 in a very long time, so they're going to try to take it. However, this is also a sign because a bunch of articles you'll see here and there that are more mainstream than these articles are Coinbase lays off however many people. Gemini looking to lay off however many people. Kraken cuts 20% of its workforce. All these centralized exchanges and cryptocurrency exchanges find, all these fintech companies are having to get rid of and cut back. Even Tesla is having to lay off employees. So, in the case of, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, Coinbase goes bankrupt. They have already said there's a reason that there's a lot of fine print on these. So, you can stake your Ethereum waiting for Ethereum 2.0. Once you buy Ethereum on Coinbase, you can stake it for Ethereum 2.0, earn some sort of percentile APY, and then once Ethereum 2.0 comes out, they give it back to you. Unless they went bankrupt. How are they going to give you money they don't have? They can't even pay their own bills. How are they going to pay you interest on the money you gave them? So, they can't. You lose it. That's the thing. That's one fear, one moment of uncertainty, and one thing I doubt will happen. However, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. That's one thing that I definitely think is happening right now, is a lot of people, especially following the Luna collapse, people threw their money in, and you can see this not as predominant line right here, the gray line. This is the actual price of Bitcoin. This is the inflow versus the outflow. As you can see, there's a big spike in inflow to sell it off during the, whatever you want to call it, the last ditch little sideways trading channel right here where Bitcoin was rated, above 40,000, something like that. And then it dropped. So now, instead of selling off anything that, from fear, they're just, people aren't going to try to sell negative, they don't want to sell at a loss. So they're going to accumulate and buy the dip and hope that, pulling it off an exchange, just in case, we're going to buy the dip, just in case the crypto market is crashing. However, it's far more likely that something could happen to a Kraken, a Gemini, a Crypto.com, rather than a MetaMask or Binance. Mostly, PancakeSwap, Uniswap, any of the wallets, anything like that. The decentralized exchanges are going to last a lot longer. As long as cryptocurrency is around, you're going to have decentralized exchanges. However, with centralized exchanges, they're much more business-esque. They're much more profit and long-term employee-based. They're incentivized to bring in new customers nonstop. That's why they all have referral programs. I don't think there's a referral program for MetaMask, is there? Think about that one. So they have to focus on profit. And I can only imagine the upfront cost of having the liquidity for billions of dollars in cryptocurrency is not easy to manage, especially when you have people staking and leveraging and different things like that. So if, a cryptocurrency exchange was bankrupt, they're going to lose their money. They don't want to do that, especially any big players. So they're taking it off. They're taking it off in unprecedented numbers. I wanted to bring you guys that. I wanted to word it in a way that didn't sound too like sell, sell, sell. This is really bad, because it's not. It's not. It can absolutely be a bullish indicator, because if everyone's just taking it off the exchanges to accumulate, that's great. However, if they're taking it off in the fear that centralized exchanges may go under, this, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, any FUD has never been very bullish. It's generally always bearish. So hopefully that's not the case. I figured I'd bring it to you guys. It is so hot right now, and then I gotta go work out. So I'm gonna be hurting tonight. My brain is wicked foggy from working out and just running around. I tried to get a couple workouts in over the 4th of July, even though it was so hot out and there was so much going on. And man, I've just been baking in the sun for the last 2 or 3 days. So it was a great time, though. I don't regret it one bit. I had a blast. I had great time with my family, and there's nothing more important than that. That's why we do all this, guys, so we can invest some now and then spend the rest of our lives with the people we love. So other than that, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, stay cool, stay hydrated. Hit that Weeble link down below. Email, ID verification, deposit a penny, you can get up to $12,600 in free stocks. They brought it back. Make sure to support the channel and go over and hit it up because, Weeble, I'm in communications with my little influencer person too. So when I'm doing a great job on the channel and getting you guys interested, they let me know. So it's a repeating circle of reciprocity. It's a great thing. So other than that, guys, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, share it, comment down below, join to become a true supporter and support the channel. You can follow me on Instagram at ClaysCoins, follow me on Twitter at RealClaysCoins. I have a ClaysCoins group on Facebook you can join. You can join the Newman's NFT, pick up one of those on OpenSea and become a member, an alpha member, the head of crypto analytics over there. So I don't know, all the buttons, anything in the description, top comment, you guys know the drill. Put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below if you enjoyed the video. As you know, thank you.